Hello everyone. I am here just to share an experience with you guys about something that I experienced myself and that probably a lot of you have experienced as well. And I'm just trying to raise awareness of this condition and hopefully help someone else that might be going through the same thing. I've been suffering from headaches since I can remember. Let's just say puberty, and when we talk about puberty, people always say, well, you're supposed to have headaches, you're going through changes and all of that. So you think, oh, well, I'm going through changes, so everything is normal. So you take no action. You're like, whatever, it's a headache. Then it comes to school. You're in high school. You're like, oh man, it's just the stress from high school. Don't worry about those headaches. So you're like, okay, it's just high school. I'm not going to worry about it. And then you just get to stressful adult life. Oh, it's bills. It's just adult life. It's stressful. Everything is just stress. Everything is just part of normal life. So you live with headaches. You live with feeling like you can't take it anymore, like your head is about to explode, and people tell you, oh, it's normal, it's normal, and you learn to live with it. You're going to learn to cope with it, so you pay no attention to it because everyone has told you since day one it's normal. Well, it's not normal. Let me tell you why. I've been living with headaches for a while, okay, and I've been going to see different doctors. Among them are my regular eye doctors. So every year I go and get my yearly exams, just to make sure that my eyes are still okay. But I go to those places where they make you opt in or opt out of certain testing, okay? And when I say opt in or opt out, they cost you more, okay? And if you're like me, you're trying to save money, okay? And yes, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, it's your health and money should not matter. Well, we live in a world where if $40 it's an option, you're going to decide $40 is going to go towards your gas or your groceries or a bill that you have to pay. So you decide you don't want to opt in, you opt out. So you just sign that form that says, I don't want to get them checked out, okay? But you tell your doctor, your eye doctor, well, I see blurry sometimes. I have vision changes. I feel dizzy. I have headaches, and it's stress. You're stressed out. It's part of life. Oh, well. So you go with the flow like you've always gone. In November, I went to see a neurologist. I couldn't take my headaches anymore. They would go to the point where I would cry. I just couldn't take them. So, after analysis, after negative MRIs, my doctor said, you might be suffering from migraines. Well, that's a first. At least he didn't say it's normal and it's just stress. It's migraines. But then I started to think, light hasn't really bothered me ever. Noise, I love listening to music at high volumes. It didn't really quite fit with my symptoms, but I accepted it. Okay, let's get started with this. Let's take medicine. Let's hope that this is gonna work out. It didn't. Okay. The medication that I was put on was medication that it's like an antidepressant. So instead of, probably I wasn't feeling the headaches anymore, but I was feeling depressed. I was crying to the point where I went to see my doctor in March, crying. And when I say crying, to the point where he's like, oh no, we're taking you out of that medication. I don't want to see my patient crying. So we were like, what are we going to do? What's the solution? Well, I didn't go back to see him anymore. I was like, you know what? He's not helping. I'd rather have a headache than feel depressed or whatever I'm feeling. So then, about a week ago, I go and see an eye doctor. Now, I'm not going to say his name, you know, but if you really want to know who the eye doctor is, you can inbox me. Great doctor. Oh my God. He's like an angel that God put in my life. He, you know, it was a routine checkup, and he said, well, we're going to do your checkup of your eyes. You know that your prescription has changed drastically, right? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I know I've been experiencing vision changes. I mean, to the point where I can't see. Sometimes my vision goes out of focus. A lot of things happen to my vision, and I tell my family all the time, like, I feel like everything blacks out. Something is happening, and I still have the headaches. I have dizziness now. I have nausea, and, you know, but it could be migraines. That's what my neurologist told me I had. So he's like, okay, well, we're going to run a test. We're going to dilate your eyes. And I'm like, well, is that going to cost me more? And he's like, well, it's part of your checkup. You're going to have to do it. So I'm like, okay, I guess. So I'm waiting there. They dilate my eyes. You know, 20 minutes later, they take the pictures. He sends me back to his office, and he's like, do you see what I'm seeing? At this point, I'm like, I don't know what you're seeing. I don't. Because I've never seen the back of my eyes. So he points out that my optic nerve is really, really swollen. So he's like, you need to go get an MRI. You know, and I told him, well, I got an MRI like 7 months ago, and everything came out normal. I do see a neurologist for this because I do have migraines. And he's like, well, you need to go and talk to your neurologist because this is not normal. So at this point, I'm like preoccupied. I'm like, what's going on? So I do speak to my neurologist. My neurologist tells me, go to the emergency room right away. So I do. I go. I'm scared. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm telling my husband, you know what? I'm scared, you know. I get to the ER. They do a spinal tap on me. By the way, the worst pain ever, you know. And they do determine that the pressure between my spine, my spinal fluid, and my brain fluid is really, really high. Okay, so at this point, the doctor decides, my neurologist decides that he's going to admit me, okay, because he wants to observe what's going on, and they have to run tests and all of those things. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm kind of worried now because I don't know what's going on. So then he tells me, after my test results come in, he tells me that I do have intracranial hypertension in my head, okay, which means that the pressure in my head, it's too high, which is causing all that that headaches, everything that's going on inside of me. And that's why I get nauseous, and that's why the vision, because that pressure is going to my optic nerve, and that's causing vision changes. If I don't get that checked out, then I could lose my sight forever. Okay? Why am I telling you all of this? Because we try to avoid anything that's going to make us pay more for our health. Okay? I was that type of person that I always opted out of checking my eyesight from the inside. Just give me my glasses, just give me my contacts, give me my prescription, and let me go on my merry way. No, please don't. My doctor said that I could have been born with this condition, and it just got to that point where my head just couldn't take it anymore. And if I would have done that test in time, I could have went to my neurologist in time, and we could have solved the problem sooner. Okay? Please be aware of your health. Your health is important. It may cost us a little bit more, but many of us could think that we have a headache just because of stress, because of daily life, because things are going on. No, it's not. It could be something serious as this. And I'm now taking medication for it. We're going to see how that works out. But if it doesn't work out, then I might need surgery. And that's the scary part, okay? Because of me avoiding to pay $40 extra to get a picture of the back of my eyes, now I could be paying more. And I am paying more for the medication now that I'm taking. But we really never think of those things. And from experience, from a person like me, I'm telling you, make sure that you always put your health before anything else, because in the long run, it's going to have consequences. Don't let people always tell you it's stress. Yes, I have stress. I'm 30. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a teacher. Of course, I have headaches because of stress, okay? But what happens when you start the ringing of the ears, like the one I have right now, okay? When I'm speaking and my ears are ringing. Or when I start seeing blurry things, when my vision goes in and out, when it gets dark, when I feel nauseous for no apparent reason, okay? When my head feels like it's going to explode. Those are not always signs of stress. Get yourselves checked out, okay? Because it could be something more serious. If this eye doctor would not have told me about the swelling of my optic nerve, I would not have known what was going on with me internally. Please take care of yourselves. And if you have any questions, please inbox me. Have a good day.